I'm so glad I got that introductory video out the way. I feel free. I feel like a burden's been lifted off my chest because I put it all out there, and now I'm ready to move forward. First thing I want to do is talk to Christians today, my wonderful Christians, about basically what will I say, church snobbery. Church snobbery. Yeah. We got some real church snobs. We get caught up in our snobbery of what we think Christianity is supposed to look like, of what we think pastors are supposed to look like. I attend Christian Cultural Center in Brooklyn, New York. Pastor Bernard, you know. I'm a clown. You guys will figure that out. Anyway, um, there's a lot of people that talk about the church. They spread rumors about him requiring people to have their W-2 forms to be a member, and them asking you about your tax forms. Come on now. Are we really going to sit around and talk about people? This is a man of God that's, doing his thing for the Lord, and the best thing we can do is sit around and talk about the man. Anyway, that is completely false because I've been going there for about 10 years. There's no legitimacy to that at all. Secondly, there's over 30,000 members. Yes, indeed. It's a huge church. And no, I have never, I've met him like a handshake, but no, I'm not able to sit down and have a meeting with my pastor. There's a lot of Christians that would never go to a church like that because you can't sit down and talk to the pastor. And that's fine. You have to know you and what works for you. Maybe a small church works better for you. But don't knock what a man of God is doing just because it doesn't fit into your box of what you think it's exactly supposed to look like. No, I have not spent any one-on-one time with the pastor, but there are elders there that have ministered to me in an amazing way. And I can't knock the fact that he has feeding my spirit and giving me a great word. So, again, fine. If that doesn't work for you, that's cool because we all need different things. But don't tear down somebody and what they're doing for the Lord because it doesn't fit in your box and it doesn't work for you. I think that's mostly what I was going to say. If I have something else to say, I'll come back and say it in another video. Peace and blessings. Have a wonderful day. Another thing we church snobs do, and I'll say we because I'm sure I'm guilty of it or have been guilty of it at some time and fashion. I'm not up here making videos because I'm perfect. No. I'm just making videos because almost every other day I'm made aware of something that I need to work on. So while I'm being aware of things I need to work on, I want to share it with you guys so we can all work on it together. But another thing that we church snobs do is we judge other people because they sin differently than we do. You never know where somebody is in their life or what place they're in, and we're all different. The bottom line is the Bible says all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. What does that mean? All of us is sinners, everybody. So there might be sinners that are homosexuals. There might be sinners that are mass murderers. There might be sinners that are adulterers. There might be sinners that gossip. There might be sinners that cheat on their taxes. Because your sin doesn't look like somebody else's doesn't mean you should sit around judging them or talking about them behind their back. Pray for your brother or your sister. Pray for them, and just remember that sometimes God uses one person to plant a seed, and sometimes God uses another person to do the watering, and sometimes God uses another person to shed the light. So it's not necessarily that God's going to use you to plant the seed and water them and put them in the light and do all those things in a person's life. Maybe there are times God does use you for that. But sometimes it's just for us to plant a seed. And the best thing we can do, the first commandment, is to love thy neighbor like thyself. So the best way you can show love for your brother and sister is to pray for them. Pray for them and make them feel loved. Make them feel the love that Jesus allows us to feel every day when he gives us his grace, his love, and his mercy. Because at the end of the day, none of us would be anything if it wasn't for him. So just a gentle reminder to all of us that the best thing we could do for our neighbor is shed love for them and pray for them. But if we turn up our nose at them and we make them feel unloved, then that's just going to drive them even further away from the church. One love. I meant to say the second commandment is to love thy neighbor as thyself. The first commandment is to love thy Lord thy God with all thy heart and all thy mind. Because I know it was some of y'all church snobs. Y'all was like, what she's talking about? She doesn't even know that's not the first commandment. That's the second commandment. See what I'm talking about? That's church snobbery right there. Church snobbery. But I corrected it, all right? Church snobs, back up off me, homie. Back up off me.